Hello, everyone, and welcome to Camp Yarnsie. Today we have a special guest with us. We have Susan McFarland of Susan's Fiber Shop, and she is here to talk all about spinning wheels, to tell us a little bit about different wheels, and also to maybe demonstrate a little bit so we can see what it looks like to spin. Hi, Susan. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, we have another special guest.
But I'm from Susan's Fiber Shop, Max, and I wanted to show you spinning wheels today because my shop, I have quite a few spinning wheels that you can try. So the first line of spinning wheels that I want to show you are the Ashfords. But let me tell you about the Ashfords. There's only a couple of them available until the end of December and then the beginning of March. So I'll tell you the different kinds of wheels I have. Okay. So the first wheel that I'm going to show you is the kiwi. And you can tell it's a kiwi because on the foot it has a little kiwi. But I really like this wheel because it's double treadle. You can put a finish on it. You can paint it. You can do just about anything you want to with this wheel. And it has a really nice smooth action. But let me show you a few other things about spinning wheels that are interesting. First of all, you have a belt right here that comes on and off, and when you put your feet on the treadle like this, if you can see that, the wheel will turn, and when you spin it to the right, the spinning wheel's to the right, that gives you knitting yarn, and when you spin it in reverse, that plies the knitting yarn and makes it 2, 3, 4, 5 ply, whichever you want. Now the reason I like this wheel is because it's easy to set up. You have an orifice hook, and an orifice hook is what you take and put through the guide, the thread guides it's called here. These are thread guides. And then you go through the orifice, and I'll show you how to spin to see if it might interest you. Spinning is really fun because you can get your own flock of sheep, or you can help spin the wool from a friend's flock of sheep, or you can just join different virtuals and buy yarns that you can spin. Today I have some to go with my poinsettias. I have some Christmas green that I'm going to spin for you. So let me show you how this works. And if those of you who are working with roving, I could teach you another thing about roving. Roving has a certain length to it because that's the length of the lock of wool. So you usually, when you pull your roving off the spin, you snap it by having your hand 6 inches apart, and then you snap it. Then you divide it down the center. There's many different ways to spin, and this is the way Susan does it. Then you thread this, as I said, through the thread guides, because that's what knitting is. And you're going to be knitting your bobbin up. Hey, hey. It's okay. Any questions out there? Just ask me, and she'll pass it on to me to let me know what you want to know about spinning. Sorry for my dog. These Max, the Susan mascot. So what you have here is a tension guide. This tightens your tension or your little spring on the side and draws it out of your hands. And this is how you spin. Let me tell you about spinning. Those of you who are in a very tense situation, which I've been the last couple of years, it relaxes you. What I say about spinning is you start concentrating on making the yarn as I am here. And pretty soon, everything that's been bothering you throughout the day or the evening or whenever just comes and falls off out of your mind, onto your shoulders, into your arms, and it gets twisted away in yarn. So I say that spinning is the way of twisting away your troubles. And it's so relaxing. And then you see that you have created a new work of art. So let me show you with just doing a single, because what I'm doing right now is spinning a single on the Ashford Kiwi spinning wheel, which happens to have, which I love, 3 different speeds that I can change this to. So I can move it way up to the 3rd speed and drop it down to the 3rd speed. So that makes it so I can spin really fast. So it's spinning and I can go faster. You may not want to do that as a beginner, but once you learn how to spin, you love to speed up your spinning. So this is how you make your yarn, and this is what spinning's all about. Then you have 2 bobbins full, of which this wheel comes with 3 bobbins. So you get the wheel, the orifice hook, which draws it through the fiber through the orifice opening in the front of the wheel, 2 treadles, and let me show you what you can make your yarn look like. I'm going to make a 3-ply and pretend that I did 3 bobbins worth. And then I plied it together. And so here's my 3-ply, which is a rather bulky yarn. Let me show it up to you close so you can see this. See my yarn here? It's very cool. And this is a 3-ply yarn. And it's rather bulky, great for hats. I love it. So the beauty of this is if you live in a small apartment, which some of us do, it has the ability right here to turn these knobs and get this treadle mechanism 2-ply out of your way. So those of you who want, you can just say sold Ashford Kiwi $499 with free shipping today. You get free shipping on this. Let me just see about the next Ashford wheel I have. The next Ashford wheel I have is a real traditional looking spinning wheel. Now you saw how I spun yarn, so I don't have to show that again. But this Ashford Traveler in a natural finish, so you can make it whatever color you want. This one right here is a double treadle wheel with 4 bobbins. The bobbin is what you put your single hand spun yarn on, and then you ply it by putting your bobbins on here, and you can do 2-ply, 3-ply, but you originally on the wheel make a 1-ply. This wheel is a double treadle, so it makes it very easy to spin. For those of you who are finding old wheels on the market right now and they're a single treadle and you've never spun before, it'll be very hard to keep it going to the right. But eventually it will go to the right, so don't get worried about it. And then you can see the side of it. This is called a castle wheel because everything, the orifice, which is called a flyer, and the main wheel and the treadles are all in a row. So this is called a castle style wheel. And this wheel over here, the Kiwi, is a castle style wheel. We like the castle style wheel because it's easy to travel with in your car and head to a friend's house or a spinning gathering or a knitting gathering. And because of the upright situation, it makes it easy to change the belt. I like this wheel because you just turn the knob here and it tips it back to adjust the tension. Tension is how it pulls out of your hands. This Ashford Traveler is in a natural state, so you can paint it, you can varnish dark, put dark or light varnish on it or light finish on it, and then finish it off with a clear finish. These are $670. So I want to introduce the Ashford family to you. You have the Kiwi, the Traveler, and this is $670, $499. Now there are other wheels that are available. There is their electric wheel. The electric wheel will not be available until March of 22. They also have a bulky electric wheel that makes it so you can make really fat yarn, and those will not be available until December 28th, 2021. And the other wheels is the Joy wheel. I love the Joy. The Joy comes in a little bag and is a very nice wheel. You can see these all on my website, susansfiber.com. You can see that on my website, and all the prices are there, but you have to be patient and wait for them. I have my joys coming in the end of December, and they are double treadle, and they run $890 with a bag. So none of these wheels are inexpensive, but the joy that it gives you is really a wonderful thing. So let me move this family of Ashfords out of the way. There are other Ashfords wheels that are available. Please go to my website and see them, because I only have so much room right here that I can show any of the wheels. The next family of wheels I'd like to go to are the Moducraft family of wheels. So let me move the Ashford, which is from New Zealand, made in New Zealand, out of the way, and we'll go to the second wheel maker, the Moducraft wheel maker from New Zealand. So here's the Traveler, guys. Go to my website and just click it today and order it so you can get the Traveler to you, unfinished Traveler to you. The Kiwis, the ones that I have left, the Kiwi brands, in the Kiwi brand, the ones that I have left, will be my supply till March of 2022. So when my supplies of Kiwi are gone, then you have to wait for the next batch. Thank you. And now let's see what the Moducraft family is all about. There are many different Moducraft families. And because of the price of the Moducraft families, I don't assemble too many of them, because most people order them from across the nation and the world. This one happens to be the Aura. Let me explain the Aura to you. For those of you who like to have really fat yarns and make really big designs, or want to take max with you to your place, I would appreciate it. There, I think I've taken care of him for a little while. Okay, let me show you the Moducraft Aura. The Moducraft Aura, the beauty of it is this great big, huge, gigantic fly, which you can turn like this and take off. You can take this off. So I want to show this to you up close because it's really very nice. And it's different from other spinning wheels. This has a curly cue that it works off from. See that curly cue there? That curly cue allows you to make yarns that are twice the thickness of your little finger. So if you're into doing designer yarns or tailspun yarns, if you're not sure what these are, then look it up online and Google it, and you can learn what they are. But that's the reason this one is so wonderful. But New Zealand, this also has the ability to turn down like this. There also is a rose available. Kathleen? Price? Rose? Now, the Aura spinning wheel, I have for $15.20. I have a couple left. Otherwise, they're going back up to $16.80 after today. $18.80. The Aura is $18.80. You can see it on my website. Sometimes it's a little hard to keep track of all the prices, so just go to my website, susansfiber.com. This one has the ability to turn it down sideways, so you can pick this up and travel with it. The other ones are the Rose and the Pioneer, the Susie Professional. These are all wheels that Moducraft sells. Some of them have green wheels, some of them have spoked wheels, but I don't assemble all of them in the shop. I have them available, but they usually are shipped out, and you do not want to take this one apart to try to ship it again. These come totally apart, and you have to assemble them. So this is the Moducraft Aura. So that's one family from New Zealand, and the second family was the Moducraft. The first family was the Ashford. Let's head to Holland. because a lot of these wheels are not available in the US, but I will get to the US wheels soon. Let's head off to Holland, where the Louet spinning wheels are made. There's a lot of different Louet spinning wheels available. There happens to be the Louet spinning wheel that starts at being the most inexpensive one. And this is inexpensive because it has one treadle. There are people out there that want a one treadle spinning wheel. They like the one treadle. I prefer either one. I don't care. Either one is good. But this one treadle one works like this, and it's $479, and it's a sturdy wheel. It comes unfinished, so you can paint this. You can also put decals on it and then put a varnish over the top or a finish over the top. And then I want to show you one that's available, something else that's available for all the spinning wheels that I have showed you. And that is the level wind. So if you want to have it so the spinning wheel fills up evenly the whole way, so you never have to change the hooks, you can get the level wind. The level wind makes it so everything is balanced from one end to the other. And here's how it works. You just flip the button on, and this piece right here starts moving back and forth. I'll keep my finger here so you can see how it moves along. See that? And that makes it so it'll be all level by the time you finish bobbin, and everything looks perfect and gorgeous. The only thing is, when you stop spinning, don't forget to go back over and shut off the level wind. The nice thing about these level winds that are made in the USA is it gives you a battery. 2 AAA batteries is what you work with, and that's what you replace. And AAA batteries are very inexpensive. So I'm very glad the makers made that easy to change. These pieces right here, just this flyer alone, sells for $295. So the level wind should be on my website soon, if not already. So you can order them for all different spinning wheels. And I have the majority of the spinning level winders in stock for every wheel. And this is how this wheel goes back together like this. So you can get a level wind for this wheel or not. So this one is the S71. The other one that's available, and I can show you how you can paint it, is the S10. It's 800. The Louet 10 is $898. But here's what you can do with it. It has a finish on already, and you can paint it. Look at this one. You can paint on one side of it, or my dear friend, Deep Dyed Yarn, Stephanie Buford, painted this crazy little sheep on the other side. So this wheel is available if you come to the shop and want to buy a painted wheel. It's pretty cool. It's very cool. Otherwise, unpainted, and you paint it yourself, this wheel is $898. Yes, no wheel is inexpensive anymore. The other wheels that are available through Ashford, through Louet of Holland, are ones that you can make up on your own. And then they happen to have the S95, which is one of my favorite wheels. And I'll tell you what, it's one of my favorite wheels. Is because it only weighs 7 pounds. So, just a minute here. I'm going to move these two out of my way. I'm going to, I always, during my virtuals, love to see what's inside the box. I love to do that during my virtuals. So let's see what's inside the box. It says it's an S95 spinning wheel. And the Victoria spinning wheel is $890. They don't want to have to keep barking. They're gonna watch the feed if you keep that. Okay, look at it. It says Luette on it, so we know it's Luette. And you put the 7-pound item out of the box. Well, I thought I could. God, this is funny. Guess I should have taken it out of the box ahead. There we go. There we go. Look what's inside the box. A 7-pound folding S95 spinning wheel. Look at all the extra bobbins and the lazy Kate are here. And then to open up this wheel, we can take off the flyer. This comes out of here. Flyer is what holds the bobbins. And then this pops down. There's this little pin you pull back here, making this pop down. And look at this cool wheel. It weighs 7 pounds. If you are a traveling fiber artist, traveling everywhere, you may want to take this because you can throw it over your shoulder and it will fit in the plane easy. Then you set this treadle on by turning sideways, and this pops on like that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it popped on in 10 seconds or less. And then here's your bobbin. Right here, it comes with 3 of these bobbins. And it has a magnetic catch in the back of the flyer to make it easy to put it together. So this just slides onto here with the groove part to the back or the top. And these are your thread guides in red. And then you just listen now, because I always love the sounds of fiber arts working. Just listen. Did you hear that click? I don't know if you did or not, but that means it's clicked together. Then I take my belt, I put it on the big wheel first. Whoa. I put it on the big wheel first and then the little wheel, and then we've got the wheel going. So that's how that works. I won't spend any more time doing that, but that's how it works for you. So that's the Luette Victoria S95, $890 with the wheel only. So we've seen the family of Luettes. We've been to Holland. We've been to New Zealand. How about heading to Poland? In Poland, the Kromski wheels have been developed for many years now, many years. And they've always added on to their family of spinning wheels. This one right here is a 1, 2, 3 point Fantasia. I think you can see this okay, the Fantasia. One thing about the Fantasia is it has a handle on the back so you can carry it with you. And it has its lazy cape built in, only I really don't use that as a cape much. I use it as storage container for my extra bobbins that I build. And then this one is driven by Scotch tension. And that's another thing that I'll talk about in a minute. But the beauty of this wheel is its ease of operation. Oh my gosh, it's just heavenly. You just sit down and you just will go to sleep and your feet will keep on treadling and treadling and treadling. It is absolutely wonderful. And this wheel is one of the Fantasias, and it is $699. $699, Scotch tension, rubber belt, poly belt actually, and ease of operation. So this is the Fantasia. And you can get the Fantasia in different prices depending upon if you get it unfinished or finished. Because sometimes you buy an unfinished Fantasia and it's much less than the finished. But the finished Fantasia is $6.99. The next one that a lot of people absolutely adore is this Minstrel spinning wheel. And they love the Minstrel spinning wheel because of its beauty. And most people as a beginner, they want to see beauty. So this is a beautiful, gorgeous spinning wheel. And its storage, bobbin storage is out here and you can roll it your way. This one happens to be $899. You can buy it unfinished and save $100 or $2, and then it won't cost you as much. But what do you get for your money? This wheel has 2 tensions on it. It not only has the Scotch tension on it, because Scotch tension is whenever you see a little rubber band or a spring, that's Scotch tension. But this also has 2 belts. So it's a double drive. So you can do 2 different types of tensions on this wheel. You can do Scotch tension or you can do double drive. What does that mean? Well, first of all, just get spinning. And then as you advance, you can worry about double drive or Scotch tension. But Scotch tension gives you immediate gratitude in your yarns and in your yarn spinning. And double drive sometimes has a little bit of slippage to it. So depending upon what stage you are in spinning, like I've been spinning for a long time, so I want my wheel to always have Scotch tension or only Scotch tension because I can get direct results with my spinning. And look what we have here from the wheel. We happen to have an Adkins wheel bucket. And the wheel bucket can hook onto your spinning wheel like this. There's this little knob here. This little knob here to tighten it down on any of your spinning wheels, and it's big enough, 3 by 3 by 3, to hold your orifice hook, your bottle oil, all different things. And it fits right on the side of your wheel, and then you can tighten this up to keep it from getting into your wheel. But this wheel right here, let me show you, is a double treadle. It gives you 2 whirls. One whirl that's on the back of the bobbin, and one whirl that's in the front of the spinning wheel here. And what these whirls do, because look at how tiny this one is. Fits in the palm of my hand. So what this one does for you, makes it so it'll give you super fine spinning. Super fine spinning. So you get 2 whirls for your $899. Now I'm going to show you, remember I talked to you about castle wheels? Everything's upright, everything's in a row. Let me show you one that is a Saxony style. What? This is a Saxony style right here. This is the Prelude spinning wheel. And the Prelude spin wheel is $679, or you can buy it unfinished. Aha! The nice little Adkins wheel buckets are $20. So they're on my website too. So if you're looking for a little Christmas gift to somebody, think about the Adkins spinning bucket. It fits on the wheel, clamps down. Now this happens to be a Saxony wheel. So take a look at what a Saxony wheel is all about. It has on the right side a wheel that turns, but it's not lined up with the flyer on top. It has a flyer off to the left. So that's the way they were built years ago and still are built today. But they're very hard to put in our compact cars. A lot of people love this for reenactments, and this wheel, the Prelude, is definitely a reenacting wheel if you do reenactments. Everything is leather. And you could put this may be a rubber belt, but they send with it a fabric belt or a string belt, so you can be okay with the reenactments because they want everything to be authentic. So you could get this whole wheel. It has all leathers and put the band on it that is not plastic, and you can have a reenacting wheel. But the reenacting wheels usually were like this. There's Saxony style. Oh, great. So one more wheel. See if I can find it here. Oh, it's not really a wheel. It's the bench. And these benches fit nicely with the minstrel wheels, like this. So they sit to the side. And these benches are $138. They come unfinished like this one did, and I finished this to match one of my wheels. Or you can get it in mahogany, walnut, or a clear finish for $138. So let me see if there's, oh, and now that we've gone to Poland and Holland and New Zealand, let's see what's available in the United States. Ready to see US wheel. Now, here is, let me move them out of the way. Here is the Prelude. And the Minstrel. And the Fantasia. The wheel that's made in the US, there's many different brands, but the ones that will sell, the one I'm going to talk about brands available in the United States that sell to any and every shop in the United States and across the world. And that's the Schacht Company. The Schacht Company makes many different styles of wheels, of which I will be showing you 4 of them today. The first one that has been the most popular, and the first one, Schacht was known for making furniture. So their first wheel that they ever made was the Matchless. So let me see. This happens to be the flyer for the Matchless, and this is how the flyer comes apart. So what you have when you're working with a spinning wheel is you have a flyer, a bobbin, and then a whirl. That's the name of the tools. You have a flyer, bobbin, whirl. Then you have a belt, which is called a drive belt. And the beauty of this wheel is you can set this up for double drive or Scotch tension. Remember, Scotch tension has springs, and the double drive has just double drive. It's not 2 drive bands. It's 1 drive band and a figure 8 is what it is. Let's see if I can get rid of that. And then this is how the wheel goes together. And that's your Matchless. Your Matchless price is $1,380. So this is solid maple, and let me tell you, when you set this wheel down, it stays right where you put it. It is not a lightweight wheel, but it is a sturdy, well-built wheel. But if you want one that's not so heavy, then you don't get the Matchless. You can go with, this is how you put the belt on. The hardest part of a spinning wheel is putting the belts. And now we have a double treadle, but I will tell you, on these Matchless spinning wheels, you need to work them in for about a good year, and then they will just be a dream. But if you only spin on it once every 3 months, it'll be a little laborsome till you break the wheel in. because it is a well-built wheel and sturdy maple. Matchless, $1,390. Then they made another one after that, which is the Ladybug. Now the Ladybug is a wheel where you look as to where they put the Ladybug on the wheel. You look it over, and I'm not finding it on here, but it's on here somewhere, a bug that looks like a ladybug. This happens to be the cherry ladybug. The cherry ladybug, I happen to have two left. It's a 50th anniversary wheel that they decided to make out of cherry, because the one in maple is $785, $100 less. And you just can't find the cherry spinning wheels anywhere. They're very hard to find. There's only several left. I happen to have a few of them left. I just sold this one to a gal in Iowa who's coming up Monday to pick it up. And I have two more of them available. But I do have quite a few maples available at $785. The beauty of this is you can make this Scotch tension, or you can make it double drive, both ways. You can pick it up. This is their traveling wheel. You can pick it up by this handle. You pick it up by this handle back here. You can pick it up by this handle over here. And you could put it in your car anywhere you want, and you could travel easily with it. Oh, I found the bug. There's the ladybug in here. See that? There's the bug right there. You can see that little red dot. That's the ladybug. The reason it was called the ladybug is because the maple ladybugs have red wheels, and the cherry ones have black. So if you want this ladybug wheel in cherry, several of them left, and they are $885, or you can get it in the maple for $775. Check out my website. Then the other one I really love, I'm going to show you, is the Sidekick. Oh my gosh, look at this Sidekick. It comes with a belt to put on it so you can carry it over your shoulder. This one is the answer to the Louette Victoria. But the Louette Victoria is half the weight. This one right here is 11 pounds. And the Victoria is 7 pounds. But this is easy to set this wheel up. You just have to raise it from one side like this, and this all raises up and sets up like this. This comes out back here. Your flyer is tucked underneath there. Your bobbin is right here. You put this together with the fat side out. You put this into here. Let me turn it around to the front. You take off one of the whorls here. And when you put the whorls together in a Sidekick, just like on the Matchless or on the Ladybug, it should be a V. Let me show you. This goes on V like this. So when you look at this, it's a V. There are other spinning wheels that Schacht makes. You can check out my website. They also make the flat iron, and they also make, they have a flat iron, and they have all the Rick Reeves wheels that are old-fashioned looking wheels. Those are all Saxony style wheels. So the Schacht ones are pretty much upright ones, and their line of the Reeves wheels are their Saxony style. So you have the upright castle with the Schacht name on it, and Schacht Reeves on the Saxony castle wheels. Saxony wheels, they're not castle. Then you loosen this down here. You loosen this down the other side, like this. You tip these butterflies down, as I call them. It's a Sidekick. I call it the butterfly wheel. And then right in front here, it has the ability to kick this together like that. You can bring that front together here like a puzzle. and that levels it on the floor it's sits on. Then when it's on the floor, it should be on and level. You take your treadles and you hook them up. You hook them up to the front knob. And when you close it down, you hook it up to the back knob. You wouldn't know that until you try it. So that gives you an idea how these go together. I'm so glad that you are with me today. And I'm glad to have you a part of my life on Black Friday. Look for other virtuals that I'll be doing with Yarnsie. And thank you very much for being with me today. Have a wonderful holiday. And remember, Susan's Fiber Shop. You have a question, give me a call. You want to know a price, look at my website. And if you want to see what the 4,000 square feet look like that I have here, stop out to the shop. So you can shop, you can do virtuals, you can do website, or you can call me. Thank you from Columbus, Wisconsin, and thank you to Yarnsie for having me on today. Bye-bye.